On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies waiting, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree, and a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Uh-oh, I think we're live.
So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sea Legs Journey's Saturday morning show.
Rise and shine, everybody. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Woo! How about that? A week from now, guess what we'll be doing?
This same time next week, we will be sitting on the 3rd floor of Port Everglades, waiting to board the Sky Princess.
That's right, the Sky Princess. How about that?
The dogs are all excited because I'm excited. See how they all want to.
That's why you hear all the tippy-tappy-toes
So
around
everybody
here.
say, Merry Christmas. Say hi.
Come here, little Ringo. You
We're
want to say
gonna be
hi?
with the babysitter. So we want to say good morning to everyone that's joining us in the chat, and those of you that are driving or doing other things. What might they be doing, Chet?
Well, I think today they're going to drive down to the barbershop pole place, and they're going to look for a new barbershop pole for the front of their house. And they decided to stay home today because they just wanted to cut their hair themselves.
So those of you that are new to our show, we have so many new subscribers and new viewers. We want to introduce ourselves. I am Robin. This is Chet. This is baby Enzo.
And this is Ringo.
And we are Sea Leg Journeys.
How about that?
How about that?
All right. So, hey, we got a quote for you for the day this morning up here. We'll start the day off with a quote, and it's by Kristen Wiig. And she says, "There's something about a Christmas sweater that will always make me laugh."
There you go.
A Christmas sweater made me laugh. I wonder if that's where it came up with that goofy, wear a crazy sweater kind of
I
Christmas
don't know,
Sunday.
but you know, we're going to be on the Sky Princess for the month of December, and they have crazy sweater contest on the cruise ship. We're not going to participate in the crazy sweater. We've got so much going on. My calendar is so full with hosting the Cruise Critic. I've got some great door prizes set up. We've got some really fun things set up for the Cruise
I don't know
Critic.
how you expect me to get all those doors on that ship. We got 4 doors outside waiting for me to pack.
So
Door prizes.
we've got I just caught that, door prizes. Okay. And so we've got a full plate but it's going to be a lot of fun. And Chet's sister's going with us. She hasn't been on a cruise in years.
That's right.
And she's going with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to say good morning to everybody that's in the chat. How about that?
How about it? Who's here? I see
So
StreamYard is here.
StreamYard.
Oh, no, wait. The first one was Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla.
He
Hey,
loves
hey.
Well, let's just talk about StreamYard. Chet talks about this every day. Look.
StreamYard's here. He's a cute little guy, isn't he?
And we have the Gypsy, the Vanilla Gorilla, and the Z-Man is here.
Good morning, Z-Man.
So our topic today, because our topic for most of December is about Christmas. I know that we're a cruising channel, but this is also Christmas.
That's right. And
So-
we can sprinkle in the cruising with Christmas, and then we'll go back to cruising and
Yes.
sprinkling in other stuff. How about that?
And so today's topic is Christmas stories.
Christmas stories. Anybody ever told you a
Yes.
story for Christmas?
So we have Holly is with us this morning. Good morning, Holly.
Hey, Holly.
And Eddie Lugo is with us.
Yo, 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 yo. Say hi to Pebbles and Pickles and Alice.
And Christine Turner is with us. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
Nice to have you with us.
How about that?
And the magnificent
Germany with Darian. Good morning, Darian. He is on the road driving and listening. That's right. He's heading to go check out those barbershop poles. I
do believe that Mark the Shark is boarding a ship today.
Yes, he is. Martin the Shark will be getting up on that. I believe the Harmony of the Seas. He told us
Mm-hmm.
to wave at him about 3:00 this afternoon.
And Mike the Realist is with us this morning. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Michael.
And the Clock Family Adventures.
Another Mike is here. How about that? Hey, Mike.
And Cruise Nuts. Good morning, Cruise Nuts.
And yet another Mike. Good morning, Mike. Hey, Cruise
Today's the
Nuts.
day of Michaels.
Hey, if I forget anybody's name, I'm just going to say, yo, Mike. And everybody's going to go, what?
And Law Jones is with us this morning. Good morning, Law Jones.
Good morning, Law.
And Tanisha from Leonard Family Fun bringing us the Day of the Day.
Day of the Days. She says, happy Saturday. It's National Roof Over Your Head Day. We like that. National Play Outside Day. I'm down for that. And National Skywarn Recognition Day. Celebrate like never before. I don't know what National Skywarn is. Is that a satellite? Is it a one of those beans, magic beans that you sprout in the ground and go up and climb to the giants?
Couldn't tell you. Don't know.
We'll have to find out what that is.
And
Thank you for that, Tanisha.
Boys.
Ugh, major house repairs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We still haven't gotten hail damage or hurricane damage fixed on our house yet, so we know what it feels like.
Yeah, I did a bunch of minor stuff. I spent all day yesterday just working on stuff around the house here myself.
And Mark the Shark, get those salutes up, everybody, because
Hello.
Mark the Shark is in the house.
Hello, good morning, Mark the Shark. We know you're going to be getting on that Harmony of the Seas
That's
today. We will be
right.
waving at you between 3 and 4 o'clock on that camera too. So don't forget to wave back.
And the Fearless Rambler is with us. Good morning, George.
He's rambling right on over here to Sea Lake Journeys.
Rambling. Let's see. Mark the Shark says he is going to be on the Harmony of the Seas today.
Tomorrow morning.
Oh,
He says tomorrow. I thought it was going to be
I thought it was
today.
today too.
That was today.
Here's what Leonard Family Fun says about what is that.
Skywarn Recognition Day acknowledges the contributions of public service volunteers who provide essential weather information as it's happening. Well, okay. How about that?
Okay. So our kids went to high school with a young man that joined the Air Force. And when he got out of the Air Force, he now drives the plane into the center of the hurricanes.
Yeah, the hurricane storm tracker plane. It goes
That's
in there
his job.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to fly into a hurricane.
I ran into his mom not too long ago in the government center and asked her how he was doing. She's like, oh, he loves his job. He flies that airplane right to the middle of those hurricanes. He loves it. I was like, okay, well, I'm glad somebody does.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Let's see. And here's what Mark the Shark says.
If you guys want to see me leave on Harmony of the Seas tomorrow afternoon, please go to the
There you
webcam
go.
Port Everglades between 4 and 6 o'clock. I should be on the top deck waving to you. And we will be there tomorrow. I was going to be there today. I was going to be a whole day early. Hey, wait a minute. Where's
We were
Harmony
going
of
to
the
wave at you
Seas?
today, but today's the wrong day. We'll wave at you tomorrow.
We'll wave at you tomorrow, Mark. How about that?
And Law Jones is saying, yes, please watch Mark the Shark sail away.
Yes, we will.
So let's talk about Christmas stories.
Christmas stories. I want to start off with, I think, one of the big classics of all time, one of my favorites. And the kids growing up, it was one of their favorites. They liked A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
Despite the fact it was written in 1843. Can you imagine 180 years ago the story was written? And yet it stirs you even today when you read it.
And I thought it was so funny because one year, we were going to play the new modern version of it, right? Because we thought, well, they're always watch that black and white version. Maybe they would enjoy the new modern version. Then we're watching, they're going, what is this?
This ain't the right show.
This ain't right.
Okay, so we got the old black and white one.
Yep. So
I still got a
old black and
copy
white
of it.
one back in, and it was, hey.
I still got a copy of it in the cabinet in there.
And an old DVD, CD, or
DVD
back then,
DVD, yeah, that's what they were. Yeah, the big cassette-looking things.
And then the other one that we watched that they were so disappointed with was the Nutcracker Ballet. They loved the Nutcracker Ballet, and then we were going to watch a modern version of it once, and they were like, yeah.
But but that Charles Dickens story, the Christmas Carol, I really wanted to say, are you familiar with it? Do you know that it's about those 4 ghosts? I know everybody remembers that there's a ghost of the past, ghost of the present, and ghost of the future. But don't forget, there's old Bob Marley there. Jacob Marley. Can you imagine if Bob Marley had been in that instead? Here comes Jacob Marley. Jacob Marley's going, Scrooge, and he's rattling his chains, and then the ghost of Bob Marley pops in. You're mine.
Here's what Leonard Family Fun says.
I always wanted to fly in a reconnaissance plane. I'm fascinated about hurricanes and tornadoes. My mom used to tell me when I talked as a teen about doing this, go ahead, I have insurance on you. That, I'll tell you what, that's a great mom right there.
Keisha's joining us this morning. Good morning, Keisha. So nice to have you with us.
Woo-hoo!
Well, this is not a Christmas story, but I have to throw this in only because Tanisha threw that up about insurance. So our daughter, one of our youngest, or was like in the 10th grade or something, they were learning about household budgets and insurances and all that. So her project was to come home and find out from us what type of insurance we have, right? So Chet tells her about car insurance and how, all this
house
stuff, right?
insurance, life insurance,
and everything. And he spent like, I don't know, an hour talking to her, and she's taking notes. And at the end of it, this is what our child said to him.
Yeah. Okay,
Daddy, let me get this straight. If you and Mom die in a public transportation accident, I'm wealthy. That's what she got out of that. So I know where your mom's coming from with, it's okay, we have insurance.
I thought, I said, well, at least she was paying attention. And she figured that out all on her own.
And here's Fearless Rambler.
She's always trying to get us to take the bus after that, too.
I know, right?
We don't even have a bus here.
We don't have a bus system here.
Dad, can't they put a bus in town? No. Fearless Rambler says, after watching Darian live last night, I turned on Miracle on 34th to fall asleep with. Yeah, how about that?
And Michael the Realist.
He says, Sea Lake Journeys, I love the Christmas Carol, especially the original black and white version.
Mm-hmm.
That is our favorite too, Michael, that old black and white one. I don't know why nobody was able to capture it like they did.
I think it's because they really embraced the message that they were trying to get across.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so much better to me either.
I don't know either.
But it just is.
Here's Leonard Family Fun.
Leonard Family Fun says, that was and is the best support my mom ever gave me about that dream. Go ahead, I've got insurance.
And the Bud Files is with us this morning. Good morning, Bud Files. So nice to have you with us.
Good morning, Bud Files.
And so what else you got down there for a Christmas story? Was that all you wanted to say about the Christmas Carol?
Yeah, well, unless anybody had a comment on it. I'm just still intrigued about Charles Dickens writing this in 1843. It blows my mind that he's doing the ghost of past, present, and the future. It just, wow, where did he come up with that?
I don't know.
To me, that's still a marvel of this day in writing. The next one we did have, I thought, well, he's already talking about the Nutcracker. So let's go back onto the Nutcracker again real quick. The Nutcracker was, y'all remember the story? It's the child's dream of the little rat army that was coming to invade, or the mouse army. And so her little tin soldiers and toys stood up to defend her against the mice kingdom and to kill the evil mouse king. I thought, how is that a Christmas story other than it happened at Christmas? Does anybody else get that that's a Christmas story?
I didn't the girls like it because it's a ballet. And so we actually took them to Tampa Performing Arts Center one year when they had it as a live ballet when they were kids. And they loved it. I think they loved it because of the ballerina. And the ballerina is actually a music box. She's a music box ballerina. I never really got the story of the Nutcracker. And I know that the toy soldiers, that they're the Nutcrackers, and that's what you decorate with Christmas. And I guess it was a story about protection.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just don't, other than I guess it happened at Christmas, the story is why it's a Christmas story.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, the story without the ballet is what makes a story.
Right.
But that's amazing how they.
And good morning, Sharon. So nice to have you with us.
Hey, Sharon, how's it going? She's not cracking no pecans this morning.
No, she's not cracking pecans today. Oh, I got to tell you, Sharon. So I watched this video of I follow this young man that's from London, and they have a lot of private schools over there. And this private school for young men, they brought them traditional Thanksgiving foods from America, right, to try it. And they were like, the cranberry sauce, they were like, this is gross. But when it came to the pecan pie, none of them had ever had a pecan pie before. And the one kid, he loved it so much he couldn't even talk. He just kept going, and then one kid said, I don't know, the nuts are a little too crunchy, a little too hard. And then the one kid says, I don't know what kind of sugar is in this, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I thought about you with all those pecans.
Hey, we got matching shirts on today.
Yes, we do.
I didn't notice that. How come yours looks better than mine?
Because mine's on the right and yours is on the left. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so what's our next story?
Oh, one of my other favorite Christmas stories, and it really is a Christmas story. It's by O. Henry. It's called The Gift of the Magi.
Yes, I love The Gift of the Magi.
Yeah, you remember this story? We had it read it in high school, and she actually had to read it again for a college class.
Yeah, I actually had to write a paper on it for a college class. And I was like, The Gift of the Magi for a college class? Really?
Yeah, it's an interesting story, though. I like reading it every year. She goes and she has really long, beautiful hair, and he has this great, fantastic watch. And she wants to buy him a watch chain so he can hold his watch in his pocket. And he wants to get her this beautiful hairbrush kit. Mm-hmm. Well, he sells his watch to buy her the brush, and she gets all her hair cut off and sells it so that she can buy him a chain. So Christmas morning, there they are with a chain and no watch and brushes with no hair. But look what they had sacrificed for each other. What a great story. It's fantastic because that was all they had. They didn't have anything else.
And I can't even talk when I talk about that story, because to me, that story is like, you loved each other so much, it made me cry.
It really, it's a short story, but it's really good. If you're not familiar with it, it's by O, like letter O, Henry, like the candy bar, O. Henry. Mm-hmm. And The Gift of the Magi. It's definitely worth reading.
Yes, if you've never read that story, it's an old story. I mean, it's the
early 20th century.
It's set back, right, and it's amazing. I can't talk about it. It makes me cry.
Who we got chatting over there?
They're just saying good morning and stuff. Let's see what Keisha has to say here.
Sharon Rowland, you definitely influenced me to go to our local K&W cafeteria to pick up a pecan pie for my Thanksgiving dinner. It was so good. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I would eat a pecan pie this morning too, but I've got to lose 1 more pound so I get on that cruise ship. I'm down to 196. My goal is 195 before I get on the ship.
I've lost nothing. I lost and then I gained, I lost and gained, and I was like over it. I'm like, you know what? I don't care.
You probably lost. You just got to go in there and weigh yourself. We'll go weigh you.
And she says, no, she is not finished picking all those pecans. Oh my gosh.
Sharon, what would you do if all 3 of those trees had pecans? You'd be picking a long time, girl.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got to get off The Gift of the Magi because it makes me cry.
Okay, so we'll go to something a little more humorous then. How about How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss?
So I love How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And even though that one made me cry when I was a kid, because I felt so bad for the Grinch. And I felt so bad at first I felt bad for the dog because he made that dog work so hard.
I felt bad for Max, the dog.
I felt bad for the dog first. But then as the story progressed, then I felt bad for the Grinch. And that story always made me cry. It always made me cry for the dog first. I always cried for the dog. I was like, I can't believe that poor dog. Look at him. And then when that sled's coming down the hill, oh my God.
And in talking to anybody about this story, nobody felt sorry for the Who's in Whoville who had all their stuff stolen overnight. Because why? Because their reaction was, we're celebrating Christmas anyway.
Right.
We don't need trees. We don't need gifts. We don't need boxes. We don't need music. We don't need anything to celebrate Christmas because we're celebrating the Christmas spirit and what it's really all about.
That's right.
And so that's why nobody felt bad for the Who's.
No, they didn't feel bad for the Who's.
They just felt bad for the guy who stole all the stuff and that poor little dog had to drag it up that mountain.
Poor little dog. I felt so bad for the poor little dog.
I know. I wanted to take Max away and say, "Come here, Max." Come here, Max.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts on that story? Did anybody feel sorry for the Who's, or were you also feeling bad for the Grinch and for Max?
What other stories we got?
Well, give them a second to give.
Well, we will.
Okay.
There's nothing. I don't have anything to put up.
We're gonna run out of stories before we run out of time. Okay, so here's a classic we should read to our kids every year too. It's by Clement C. Moore. Do you know what it is?
The dog.
No, it's not the dog. Good guess, but not right. The answer is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I'll bet a lot of you can say that one by heart. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a creature was stirring,
not even a mouse.
And all that. What a great story that was. I had that little storybook even when I was a kid, and I used to sit there and read that thing over and over and over. You know, I always wondered about 'twas, the apostrophe. I remember being 5 or 6 years old. I asked my dad, "What? 'Twas? What is that?" And he goes, "It means it was." And he tried to explain it all to me at that age. I was like, "Oh, okay, I sort of get it." But Mark the Shark says, Mark the Shark, don't forget Sea Lake Journeys. I will find my good friend, Captain Johnny, who is the captain of Harmony of the Seas. I will make sure that he sees a video for you guys. That's great.
He sees a good one of us and not one of our bad ones.
Mark the Shark, Captain Johnny, you make
preferably not one where Ringo's throwing up in the morning.
Giving you a shout out right now, Captain Johnny, captain of Harmony of the Seas. You are the man. And Mark the Shark, we love him. He loves you. And now we love you because you love him and he loves you and he loves us.
Well, now we're going to give Keisha some love.
Keisha, all right. She says, I love all the versions of how the Grinch stole Christmas. I felt bad for Max, but he was a trooper.
He was. And Max loved the Grinch so much. He was willing to do whatever the Grinch wanted him to do, even though he really didn't want to do it.
Did you see that horny tied on his head?
I
That
know.
big old head is hiney up in the air.
And I really think that Max was a chihuahua. I think Max was a chihuahua.
Yeah, Ringo could play Max in the real life version, I think. Mark the Shark says, so Captain Johnny can subscribe to Select Journey.
There you go.
To Sea Lake Journeys and watch how funny and awesome you guys are. Come on, Captain Johnny, every day at 8 o'clock. Woo! Or you can watch #replay. We'll get you excited up there on the bridge. Get your officers pumped up. Tell them, come on, guys. We're on Harmony of the Seas. We're on the greatest ship in the world. We're sailing the best passengers in the world. We're going to the best places in the world. We're listening to the best show in the world. Woo! And that Sea Lake Journey crew, they are the best people in the world. How about that? Okay, I'm getting excited about it, Mark.
Okay.
Fearless Rambler says, Horton, here's a Who. Not so much a Christmas, but a follow-up on the Who.
Yes, that is true. It's not a Christmas story, but it is a follow-up on Whoville.
You do get to kind of read that stuff, though, Christmas time, don't you? Buy those kids those little Christmas
And Bobby
books.
is joining us this morning. Good morning, Bobby. So nice to have you with us.
Bobby, the luckiest guy in Alabama, I
go.
call him. That's right.
And I have a special shout-out for all of our members. So our members, and you know who you are. Today at 3 o'clock, I am putting out a video, and it's not a premiere or anything. And it's just simply Christmas music. Just put it on while you're cooking or, you just want some nice Christmas music to listen to. And at the end, of course, is our member shout out. But each of our members' channels are in the description of that video. So Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so anybody who watches that video and you want to find out how to get to some of our subscribers, they'll be, or our members.
And we just need one more member to get our members on our homepage.
How about that? We got 7, and you got to have 8.
Right, you got to have 8 members. So we need one more member.
Who knows? Maybe Captain Johnny will be a member.
And here's Sharon.
Sharon says, Chet, there's still pecans in the tree. I finished picking out all the pecans, but I had, but still waiting on the rest of them to fall. Wow, that's a good tree you got going on there.
She's been doing pecans for weeks.
Maybe she'll still have some for Valentine's Day.
So what other story we got?
Oh, we got some good stories over here. Let's see. Oh, did we finish talking about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas? No, we hadn't.
Oh,
We haven't gone there.
Okay.
So did anybody read that as a kid? Do you still read it to your kids? Have your grandkids caught on to that story too? Or is it outdated now?
We always read it to our kids on Christmas Eve when we're putting them to bed.
Has any of these stories that we've talked about, do you feel become outdated, not relevant to today? Or are they still, some of them, even after 180 years, are they still worthy of bringing back up again at Christmas time?
I think they're still worthy. I think that a lot of people don't realize that this an old thing, an old tradition that your kids would really enjoy. They just don't maybe know about it.
Yeah, it's funny. I just wonder if kids now, if they're looking at you're reading to them Ebenezer Scrooge and they're thinking, I don't hear anything about toys. I don't hear anything about Nintendos or stuff like that. I wonder if it would still hold their interest.
I don't know.
All right. So the next story we got, though, is a really popular one, really popular story. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Robert
Once again,
L. May.
I cry.
Why do you cry at Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Because they're treating him so bad. I feel so bad for Rudolph because they're so mean to him. Kids are mean.
But they're reindeer.
I know.
But it is a reflection on society, though, isn't it?
It really is. It is a reflection on how we treat other people.
Yes.
Even grown-ups treat other grown-ups the way that the other reindeer treated Rudolph.
I just remember catching on to that story as a young kid, that your differences now that maybe people are laughing at are what will separate you and make you something important or something great one day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So what do you remember anybody in school who their differentness has now caused them to be excellent at something in the world?
But also in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I also felt bad for the abominable snowman.
Oh, the abominable snowman.
Even though he started off being like crabby and scary and really, not nice, he was so sweet.
He was just angry because his tooth hurt.
I know. And I get that. Pain can make you angry. But I love the abominable snowman. At first, I was scared of the abominable snowman. I cried for Rudolph, and I cried when he ran away from home, and I cried when his little girlfriend came to look for him, and they all got trapped in the cave by the abominable snowman. I cried. The abominable snowman's going to kill him. But then the abominable snowman.
Hey, I like Hermie the elf. I thought he was pretty awesome. He's like, hey, I'm just going to walk up this monster, and I'm going to pull his tooth out. How about that? Watch this. Everybody made fun of him too, see, for wanting to be a dentist when, no, you're supposed to be an elf. And he's like, no, I'm supposed to be a dentist. He saved the day.
He did. He saved
Turned
the
the
day.
monster into a good guy.
Yeah.
What a story that is. There's so much going on in that story.
And
it's not just a simple little kid's story. There's a lot going on.
And the kids all like singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But how many of those children actually know the whole story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and what it was all about?
Yeah.
It was all about growing up in a new world, because when you're a kid, the world is totally different. And Rudolph had to grow up, and he wasn't bullied after that.
I just look at so many stories interwoven in that. Such a complex story. The island of misfit toys, the elf that wanted to be a dentist, the Klondike guy wandering around out there all by himself, and then Rudolph, of course. There's so many characters in there that
are representing all different walks of life, all different aspects of life that you have to walk through.
And to me, it looks like a question of the free will and destiny.
Cruise Nuts.
Cruise Nuts.
Oh,
Became a YouTube member.
Thank you for the membership.
Yeah. Thank you for the membership. Thank you for the membership. One more time.
Thank you for the membership.
Woo!
How about that?
How about that? Thanks, Mike and Tracy.
So now
That's
we
number
can
8.
put them on the home page.
Our homepage now will have all 8 of our members listed right there on the front.
Awesome.
Thank you for that,
awesome.
Cruise Nuts.
And you know what? I have time to add you to the 3 o'clock music.
Oh, we'll add you to the 3
I
o'clock show
can.
today. How about that?
So, and let's see what Fearless Ramble. I had this up before I saw Cruise Nuts pop up.
Oh, yeah. Try a read from Letters from Father Christmas by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, Tolkien is known for writing The Hobbit and things like that, but he wrote a lot of other stuff too, like this Letters from Father Christmas.
He did.
Interesting stuff. Keisha says bullying and exclusion are bad, but Rudolph got the cute
He
girl.
did. He got the pretty girl. He did. He got the pretty girl.
I'm gonna tell you what, Keisha. I wasn't all that in school, but I got the hottest chick, man. Mm-hmm. I was my own Rudolph.
Chick.
I did.
That's my own Rudolph.
She's almost 60, and look at her, for crying out loud. Who's the winner here? Cruise Nuts says Cruise Nuts became a YouTube member. Oh, that's right. Leave that up there. That looks so good.
I know.
I can read it again. Cruise Nuts became a YouTube member. I like that.
Did you like that?
Yeah. We'll keep. I mean, if you rotate something in, then rotate it back out.
I will. And we made our memberships very affordable for people. But this is a business for us. Our YouTube channel is a business for us, and we really appreciate each and every one of you that watch our shows, and now our members and our subscribers, because without you, we wouldn't have anything.
So did y'all ever think that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was such a deep, intense story? Wow.
When you're a kid, you don't realize the deep messages behind a lot of the Christmas stories. But then when you really start dissecting the story itself, you can stand back and you can relate to the different characters. Even going all the way back to the Christmas Carol, which one of those characters could you relate to?
Yeah, right. Which one of those ghosts would have affected you the most? The past, the present, or the future? Woo.
Yep.
Interesting stuff. Okay. You ready to move on to one more story?
I am.
How about Frosty the Snowman?
Now Frosty the Snowman makes me cry too.
Why does Frosty the Snowman make you cry?
Because he melts.
Oh.
He melts in the sun in the greenhouse. He melts and becomes a big puddle of water, and I cry. And I cry when she is so cold that she's freezing to death, and he can't keep her warm. They all make me cry.
Yeah, it's a struggle for life right there, isn't it? And yet Frosty realizes that life goes on. He says, I may look like I'm gone, but I'm not.
I know.
You'll see me again one day. What's the true story behind that? What are they trying to tell you there?
Don't tell me that it's distance makes the heart grow fonder, because I don't want to hear that.
No, it has nothing to do with that. He's melted away. But he says he'll come back again.
And
what's the real story
Darren.
behind that? Yeah.
Did we tell Darren good morning already?
We'll tell him. We'll just tell him again. How about that? Okay. Good morning again, Darian. How about that? Awesomeness.
Here's what Mark the Shark says. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Then I'll be on the top deck, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be up front or in the back. I'm just going to go ahead and go up there and find a good space and stay there. Hey, just stay on the side that's facing the camera, and we will be looking for you, Mark.
Yes, we will. We'll be looking for you.
And if we don't see him, we'll pretend like we did. We saw him.
Welcome to the membership.
Welcome to the membership. That's right.
Welcome to the membership.
One more time.
Welcome to the membership.
Woo!
How about that?
Leonard Family Fun.
It's now we have
Number
another
9.
member, number 9.
Oh my goodness.
Whoop,
How about that?
We thank you guys so very much.
9 members will be on our page as soon as we can get them up. And you'll be added to our
Christmas thing.
Our Christmas video is coming out this afternoon.
Yes.
It's a Christmas music with some awesome scenery.
It's just Christmas music and scenery. That's all it is. But every channel that is a member on our page, you are getting a link in the description to your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And this is a video that's going to reach beyond just cruising world. It should reach out to anybody who's interested in Christmas time of year.
See, now Michael's going to make me cry. Everybody's going to make me cry today. The stories are going to make me cry. I cry more on this YouTube channel than people need to know.
Oh, poor nigga. Michael says, see Lake Journeys. Oh, Robin, you have such a sweet, tender heart. Yes, she does, Michael. Yes, she does. Magnificent Germany with Darian says, always love the squeaky. Yes, I had to pull the squeaky out. Darian, this one's just for you. It's really one of the dog's toys that I borrowed. Leonard Family Fun says, I had to go to my computer
to join.
Let me join. Thank you so much, you guys.
We do. We really appreciate you guys so very much. You just have no clue. We just want to take all of these little snippet things that you get from the memberships. We really want to put them on the wall back there. Like they're a badge of honors for us. They're trophies for us.
It's like, yay.
Yes. And you know what? Somebody said the other day about our channel. I thought it was so funny. They said that we're like game show hosts.
Yeah, somebody described on their channel, they were talking with somebody else about us, and they said we were like game show hosts. I'm like,
yeah,
that's great, because I love game show hosts, man. I always wanted to be, like Richard Dawson, right, on Family Feud.
Yep.
And of course Steve Harvey. one of the all-time, Family Feud did have two of the best hosts of all time. Those two guys right there.
Yeah. So we were not offended at all that we were categorized as game show hosts.
No, I was like, I'll give that guy a handshake. I thank you for that.
You're sharing.
Robin, Frosty the
I
Snowman.
know, it makes me cry. I'm telling y'all, there ain't much that I can do.
Yeah, you just don't realize the depth of some of these stories as a kid. Is you hear the story or you watch it on a little TV show and you capture the fun part of it, but there's so much underlying meaning into it.
Yep.
Leonard Family Fun says, "Did you hit the like button? If not, do so now. Thank you." Thanks for that, Tanisha. Thumbs up. Yeah.
We love all of you guys. We really love your support. We try to, I can't talk. Next thing, just say something else.
We try to merit the favor you've given us.
Yes,
that's the way I would say it. Yes,
that's a very good way of saying it. Now y'all got to quit making me try. Please pick a story that's not gonna make me cry.
Oh dear Lord, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. How about the little drummer boy?
Come on, really?
The little drummer boy. Man, that was an awesome little story, right? He goes to play for the new Savior born over in Bethlehem, and he don't really understand what's going on until he gets there and sees it with his own eyes. And he sees these wise men bringing gold, frankincense, and myrrh. These people are wise men, they're kings, and they're bringing gifts to this baby. And he's looking around like, what have I got? I got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But he played that song. That's going to make me cry now.
Look at you. We're just going to sit here and
it's the crying show today. We're going to blubber today.
And Warmstrong Adventures is here. Good morning, Warmstrong
Hey, Bill,
Adventures. So
you got
nice
here just in time to
us.
cry with us.
I know. We just been crying on this show today.
Yes. But I looked at that and I think, everybody, we look at each other in life and what we have. Some people have a lot of money and they can give a lot. Some people only have a little bit of money and only give a little bit of money. Some people have no money. I remember, in church years ago, a lady was talking to me and she felt horrible. Her husband had died and she was just left with a mountain of debt. She had no more money. And she felt like because she couldn't contribute financially to the church that she should not even be coming. And I told her, I said, I didn't know what to say, but in the moment it came to me, I said, hey, you can do this, right? And she goes, yeah. And I says, can you do this? Now keep in mind, this lady didn't go to our church. She went to another church. And she goes, yeah, I can do that. And this, why? I says, something probably needs to be painted at your church. Maybe you can go paint that. And she says, you're right. They're adding a couple more classrooms and they're going to need to be painted. And I'm like, there you go. You can do that. She jumped up and ran and took off and she was ecstatic. So you can give something to somebody. Maybe you can give them a little joy, a little happiness, a word of encouragement, a smile.
And, that goes back to the memberships and the subscribers and the viewers on our channel. We can't do for other people always what they do for us, but we, we do. This is what we do. We have time. We give our time. We give our encouragement. We give our positive words. That's what we do. That's what we feel that is how we can bless all of you. Yep. And so whatever you can do to bless other people, like Chet said, if it's this, do this for people. If there's an older gentleman that sits on my way to work every day by the middle school, and he takes him a chair out there. And at first I thought he was a crossing guard, but I'm realizing he's not a crossing guard. You know what he does every day? He takes a folding chair and he sits out there and he waves at everybody that goes by. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Do you know that every time I go past that gentleman and he's out there just waving, he waves at every single car. And you know what he's doing? He is giving someone something positive. And all he's doing is sitting on a chair waving.
And after a while, when you're driving by that way in the morning, you're looking for him. Yes. And if he's not there, you're like, where's the guy in the chair?
And I look for him every day. I look for him. And he's an older gentleman. And he has his walker sitting right beside that chair. Yeah. So he has drugged that chair and that walker all the way to that street
just
corner.
To wave at you going by.
I know.
That is something he is giving. Wow, that's an awesome story too. Sharon Rowland says,
we don't need to put up how awesome we are. She's just saying that we're awesome.
Thank you for that, Sharon. Thank you.
Well, did we hit all of the things we wanted to hit?
Yeah, the little drummer boy was the last one I had here. I just picked eight stories. There's so many other stories. Do you have another story you want to pop in there? There were some other stories labeled under Christmas stories that we never really considered Christmas stories, so we didn't bring them in there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got some, you want to throw them in the chat real quick, we'll be glad to look at them. And maybe I've forgotten some. Maybe I missed one.
Mm-hmm.
How about it?
How about that? Let's see what we got. Here's what's Michael really say?
I'll see. Like says, Michael says, sometimes the smallest act of kindness is the biggest blessing.
Yes. I'm telling you, because there are days when I'm going to work and I just don't want to go to work. I mean, because I want to be retired. I just don't want to go to work. And I see that gentleman out there, and then I'll stop and I say, you know what? Get in a better attitude before you get there, because look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, he's wishing he could still work, probably.
I know, right?
Sharon says, Keisha, I totally agree.
And here's Mark the Shark.
Mark says, if you want to see Robin in the chat, cry, or because it's the way you say, I love you, accept you the way you are, perfect. He says he loves you. We accept you the way you are. You're perfect.
I'm not
Thank
perfect,
you for that, Mark.
but I do appreciate the fact that you love me the way I am.
Yes. Yes. Leonard Family Fun says gratitude is what he's expressing.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful. It's the little things that have the biggest impact. I challenge everyone to do something today small that will have a big impact. Yes,
and
absolutely.
Sometimes you don't know the impact. Just like the food drive that we have on the Circle Friday. It was for, our local food bank. You don't know who you're going to bless with a can of soup. A 4-pack of soup, that's what, $3. You don't know what impact that's going to have on someone else's life. So you just never know.
Law Jones says volunteering helps your own self-esteem,
yes.
no matter how little it helps to the others. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Law. There's some
even a smile like that guy. It's just a wave. It's a wave and a smile.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it has a great effect on yourself as well as others.
And there's a lot of people. I hear a lot of people say, "Well, I can't do anything." Yes, you can.
That old man just sits in a chair and waves,
and smiles and waves,
and yet here he is being talked about on a YouTube channel. It makes an impact on somebody.
It's making an impact on y'all, and you've never even seen him.
That's right.
That's right. How much of an impact you can make on people.
We oftentimes we don't always plan out what we're going to do around the year for giving to people and stuff like that. It just kind of hits us in the moment.
It's spontaneous.
Yeah, kind of spontaneous thing. And we try to show our kids that as they were growing up too. I remember I got a brand new pair of shoes one time and we went down.
Let me tell the story.
Okay.
Okay, so he needed new tennis shoes. Okay. And back when we were first married, we were very poor. I'm just gonna, and we're not rich now by no means, but we were really poor back then.
Really
and
poor, yeah.
We had to save up some money to buy Chet a pair of tennis shoes, right? And so he had walked down to the little store down the street from our house. I don't even know what he was getting, but he went to the little store to get something.
No, I drove down, so I took kids with me.
Oh, that's right. And he comes back and he's barefooted. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Chet, where are your new shoes? He says, well, I don't know if I can tell you. I'm like, go ahead, tell me. And I'll let you tell him the rest of the story because I'll just cry if I tell it.
Well, me and the kids got out to go into the store. We were going to grab some sausages to cook on the grill. I remember it like it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy sitting there right by the door. I'd never seen him before. And this is a little store. It's only a couple blocks from our house. So we were in and out of there all the time. I'd never seen this guy sitting before. And he was literally wearing rags. I've never seen clothes so poor on a person. And he had no shoes.
We've never seen him before either. And we live in a very small town.
Very small town, yeah. And he had on socks with holes all through them and no shoes. And I don't know. I just had to stop right there and I looked at him and I put my foot over kind of beside his and I kicked the shoes off and I go, try those shoes on. And he looked up and he put them on and just smiled. And I go, hey, they look better on you than they do on me. So I went inside with the kids and we got our sausage and went back home. And on the way back home, the kids were like, Dad, you gave that man your shoes. I went, he needed them worse than I did.
Yep. And we were driving in Tampa one time with my granddaughter, and she was like 3. And there was a person standing on the side of the road with a sign. And they were looking for food and it said, we'll work for food. And my granddaughter says, Mommy, why is that man holding up that sign? And my daughter said, well, honey, it's because he obviously doesn't have any food and he's looking for people to give him some food. And so my granddaughter says, I have a protein bar. Can we give that man that protein bar? And my daughter said, yes, put the window down and gave the man a protein bar. So you don't know what impact your actions are making. But that 3-year-old child had seen us give. Our daughter had seen us give. And at 3 years old, she wanted to mimic that giving.
Yeah, you pass it down. You pass it down. What you can give to others, you know, you may not think it's a lot. Maybe just be a little something, but it's going to make an impact on their life.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's your Christmas story for today right there.
There you go.
It's not even been written yet.
Nope.
We're just kind of...
You're writing your own Christmas story. Here we go. Read
How
some of
about
these
that?
comments.
You are writing your own Christmas story. Sharon says, Robin, the other day at Walmart, I had a little African-American kid, 3 or 4 years old, come up to me and wanted me to pick him up. He said he couldn't find his mom. Oh, lost child. Yes. It's always, yeah.
And so here's what she
Got to
said.
help him find mom. So I took him by the hand and I told the lady that works at Walmart and they found his mom.
Yep.
Wow. You know what?
Could you imagine?
That's a great story.
That
Yes.
I guarantee you that mother was searching that store.
Having a stroke while she was doing
And
it.
she was probably looking in the clothes racks, you know, because kids like to hide in the clothes racks. Or she may have just looked up and he went the other way and they're both looking for each other. It's a scary thing to lose your child. And here's what Bobby says.
Oh, yeah, Bobby says, look where God have brought you from.
Oh, we know.
Oh, my God.
We know. Bobby, you have no clue where God has brought us from. If I was to tell you where God has brought us from, I'd spend 4 hours doing nothing but we know it and we give him all the credit. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, without question.
CruiseNut says, you guys are just awesome, but we already knew this. You guys are awesome. All of you guys out there within our earshot are fantastic. All of you. And Robert says, we are all blessed.
We are all blessed.
Amen. Yes,
Amen.
we are. We are.
Yes.
Sharon,
that was the other half of that story. Oh, the spooky cat lady is with us.
Spooky
Good morning,
cat lady.
Spooky cat lady. So nice to have you with us.
And the Leonard family Vlogvember continues on. Oh, does it?
Does it?
I haven't been over there today.
So, that means that we're taking Vlogmember into Vlogdember.
Well, it was pretty popular.
It was.
It was getting more popular. Tanisha, this is something that you're really good at. This is something that you do. You started perhaps just to help yourself, but it's spreading out to others.
And this is your
And I love
Christmas blessing. Your Christmas
Amen.
blessing all year round.
That's right. And hey, Sharon Rowland says, yeah, Law, I didn't know the kid, but I wasn't going to turn my back on him. You know? Oh, no, that's a fantastic thing you did, Sharon. You know, you could have potentially saved that kid from
being abducted by some weirdo. The little girl this week that was abducted by the FedEx driver. And they found her body yesterday. My heart goes out to that family. That little girl, I don't know how that FedEx driver enticed her into his vehicle, but you know, it's horrible, horrible things happen to every day of the week. And you don't know that man sitting out there on the corner, waving and smiling, and Sharon taking that child by the hand and picking him up. You just made people feel safe and secure in a world that is full of danger and weirdos.
Yep, that child knew you were a safe person.
Yeah.
Leonard Family Fun says, no, I am saying all these nice activities are Vlogvember actions.
The reaction to the vlog. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely. It's the reaction to the Vlogvember. Absolutely.
Woo.
And it will go over into January. And it will go over into every month of the year.
That's right.
And Sea Lake Journeys Gmail.
SeaLakeJourneys@gmail.com.
I don't know why our Gmail is up there, but okay.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
That is our
email
address.
We also have a P.O. box for Sea Lake Journeys now, and it's on our homepage.
Yeah, it's P.O. Box 8433.
Here's Leonard Family Fun.
Leonard Family Fun says, wait, a FedEx driver killed a child?
Yes.
I don't look at a lot of news. Let me go look that up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't remember what state it was in, only because I was the story turned me upside down so much. And then when they just said that they found her body, that it's just terrible, 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 terrible. A moment in the Word. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
That's Darian. I wanted to show y'all some love from my daily YouTube channel. Yes, in fact, I need to get subscribed onto that one too.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, Sharon Rowland says absolutely, but I stayed there until his mom came to get him. And yes, good job, Sharon.
Yes.
That's excellent. You know what? That's an important thing to do, a great thing to do. And I'm sure that mom was very happy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Keisha
yes.
says, Miss Tanisha, I heard that.
Loud
Let
and
me
clear.
clarify, loud and clear.
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear, baby.
Well, see what happened there, Keisha, and Keisha's with me on this too, on us with us. We were trying to coax Tanisha into continuing it on,
We were.
but now you got to do it when you're ready and it's
Yes,
your time.
because when
You're calling the shot on that, Tanisha.
right, and we believe in callings. We believe that you're called to do something, or you're,
Yeah, when you
we
feel it's
call it
time to
callings.
do what it is time for you to do, then you do that.
Mhm.
We'll be right on board with you. And you
Yep.
still haven't taken your vitamins yet.
Oh, he's all about my vitamins. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen to me.
Hey, these vitamins have kept her looking 25 for 35 years. Whoops, she's not laughing now, is she? I mean, she's not crying now. How about that?
Take your vitamins, everybody. Okay, well, I think that we've hammered this show out long enough, and I've got so much to do because this is packing weekend.
Yes, it is.
Because
Packing day.
I got to work Monday through Friday, and we're leaving bright and early on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's right. Bright and early next Saturday morning. But we will try to go live on the ship sometime next Saturday.
Yes.
But we'll keep you more up to date throughout the week is what's going on there.
We're going to try to do our morning show every morning from the ship.
Yep. 8 o'clock, we'll try to.
That is
come
our
on.
goal. If it's blurry and horrible, we won't do it. But that's what we're going to try for.
But since we're on a princess ship, it's supposed to be the best. We'll see if they've made it the best.
Mhm.
You'll find out firsthand. How about that?
So here's Sharon Rowland. That dude's in prison forever.
Yes, I heard that.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope they put him in prison.
I hope that you too. They will, because he murdered her.
Yeah, he deserves.
We won't
it.
say what else
Yeah.
he did to her, but
Keisha H. and Sea Lake Journeys, thank you so much for the support. I will definitely plan other series.
Mhm.
It has to be better than the last, so I get to do some brainstorming.
the
There you
only
go.
way you get better is with practice.
Yes, Tanisha. And
That's
let me
it.
tell you what, we know you're onto something there. We know you're onto something there. And other people
Mhm.
know you're onto something there.
Yep.
Spooky Cat Lady says, I'm driving to a cruise right
Oh,
Woo!
woo!
Squeaky toy.
Yes, and
Mark the
loves and
shark.
thumbs up and
Thumbs
hallelujahs.
Thank you, Mark the Shark.
All right, well, I've got so much to do, so
And before we go, but to all of our hashtag replays that are watching right now, thank you so much. We love you too, just like we love everybody here on this channel.
yes.
Thank you for your support.
And
for
we
being with us.
appreciate each and every one of you. And until Monday morning,
Yes, until Monday
well,
morning.
at 3:00, we have that video coming out. It's just music. There's nothing to watch. I mean, it's scenery, but it's just music.
It's pretty scenery.
It is pretty scenery. And I'm going to go add our 2 new members to the end title.
Yes.
I'm going to take it down and put it back up again.
Go add our 2 new members up. Yay! Thank you guys so much.
So, you guys, you are such a blessing to us. We cannot tell you how much of a blessing you are to us. And we love you all.
Will you keep that box or you trade it for door number 3?
Until next time, we'll see you around the channel.
See you around the channel.